Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is the earnings special edition. We're going to be focusing on Indian Bank's Q2 earnings. The bank has reported a strong set of numbers this time around, a 36% year-on-year increase in net profit that's reached over 2,706 odd crore rupees. The NII has increased 8% year-on-year to 6,195 odd crore rupees as well. In terms of asset quality, the bank has showed a marked improvement. GNPAs have decreased to 3.48% from 3.77% Q on Q. We've also seen that the net NPA stands now at 0.2%, which is down from 0.39% in the previous quarter as well. Provisions have significantly reduced in Q2, totaling to 1,099 crore rupees, down from 1,258 crore rupees again on a quarter-on-quarter basis as well, highlighting the bank's prudent approach in managing the loan portfolio. Now let's get talking to the top management of the bank to really help us understand what has contributed to this very strong performance this quarter and what is the way forward for the bank going forward. Mr. S.L. Jain, he is the MD and the CEO of Indian Bank, who's joining right in on the show with us. Warm welcome to you, sir, and thank you so much for taking the time out. I wish you a very happy Dhanteras and upcoming Diwali and hope the year turns out to be as fantastic as we can expect and see reflecting in the earnings already for the bank right now, sir.
So good morning and happy Dhanteras. So yesterday we declared the result and the profit was up by 36%. This is not half year story. Last year we have grown by 53%. Prior to that we have grown by 37%. Prior to that year we have grown 30%. So the bank is continuously performing. Now coming to the business growth of this half year, business has grown by 10%. The credit has grown by 12% and the deposit has grown by 8%. At the beginning, we said that we'll grow between 11 to 13%. So bank is right on the track. And the growth of 12% happened because of the RAM, which is growing by 14%. RAM in retail, agri and MSME. Retail, we are growing 15%. Agri, we are growing 16%. MSME, of course, we are showing 8%, but the standard MSME is growing by 12%. And the standard corporate is growing by 11%. So bank, all sectors are growing in double digit. We have built it. A retail term deposit is growing by 10% and the CASA we could maintain more than 40%. Because of the business growth, our NII has grown. NII has grown by 8% and our operating profit has grown 10%, net profit by 36%.
Correct. Absolutely. So, sir, you've talked about the consistent performance that the bank has been giving over the last 3 fiscal years. Even in H1, it has been a fantastic one for you already. You're staying in the guidance band that you have highlighted. How better can the numbers get from here on? How is H2 also looking? And do you think you can also beat your overall guidance that you have given for FY25?
All along, we are beating our own guidances. This time too also, because the businesses are growing now, asset quality and net NPA itself is 0.27. So we are not having more provisioning load in our balance sheet and bank is that way 41% CASA, which we are maintaining, giving us a good margins. And when your businesses are growing, naturally your results will be better and better in time to come. So we'll stick to our own guidance of 11 to 13% credit and 8 to 10% deposit. But asset quality also, you see, when in amalgamation, we started with a gross NPA of 11.4%. And you said quarter on quarter. Today, we came down to 3.48. Net NPA also, we started on amalgamation 4.20, come down, and today it is 0.27. And the 98% of this ratio. And collection efficiency are maintaining. So all things are under control and growing.
Okay, so you did talk about RAM and how that has really contributed to your growth in this quarter as well. Going forward, tell us, sir, where do you see the outperformance in terms of segmental, demand that is coming in, and what is the kind of expectations on the loan growth target for FY25?
The segmentation of the growth, retail growth, continuously you see 15%. Our housing loan growth is 14%. Our auto loan growth is 51%. And we are in the festive season. The growth is happening. So I will continue to have that kind of growth. In the agri side also, the jewel loan, the SHG loan, the crop loan, the agri infra, food and agro processing, all are growing. So we are having a product for each and segment that is growing. Besides this, we are working more on digitization. We started with the digitization 64%, today 92% of the banks are on transactions are on digitizations. So our collection, our turnaround time is improving. Compliance is improving. That way we are growing.
Okay, so tell us, sir, for FY25, what is your expectation on three accounts? NII, what do you end the year with? On NIM, what do you end the year with? And on your AUM?
Yeah. So NII, you see, if you go deeper into a number, or deposit credit growth is 12%, or interest on advances have grown by 11%, the same number. The NII is 8% because you see our cost of deposit has grown by 8%. Yield on advance has grown by 8%. The yield on investment has not grown by 8% because we are in declining interest scenario, and therefore there is a slight reduction. But with the adjustment of our penal interest to penal charges, we are bang on 3.44, which was the last time. So going forward, also the same strategy will continue, and that is why we are keeping our guidance unchanged, and we will have the same number of growth. We given the guidance of 3.41, we have ended with a 3.45.
Okay, got it. Now tell us, sir, asset quality, you are already showing a remarkable improvement on both gross and the net side. Do you have levers to further bring it down from these levels, or are you comfortable at this level?
At the beginning, we said our gross NPA will be in the range of 3%. So last quarter 3.77, now 3.4, a little bit reduction will happen. Net NPA, hardly we are earning net NPA 0.27, 1,400 crores. So, and when your collection efficiency is 95%, so there is no risk on that. So we'll be having these numbers, in gross will come down little bit.
Okay. Sir, tell us on the CASA especially, where are you at and what are the measures that you are taking as a bank to improve your CASA ratio, sir?
From last 1.5 years working on a CASA. So what we have done, first resource acquisition center, 100 places where the country's say 60% deposit is. We have a resource acquisition center. We have more than 500 relationship manager we deployed.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
NRI is a big segment where we are working. We came out with a product for NRI 24/7 collection. The call centers we are giving 25/7. We are giving support to the NRI. RNGR, for which we call for the government relationship, also 15, 16 places we have put our people. Digitization we have done. Today, 96% of my account is opened on tablets. So when
Okay.
we have a tablet, you can go to any institution, open the account, and that will bring you more deposit. So we are working, we are giving different products, premium products to our salaried customer. We have tied up with various PSUs for deposit, salary account, and all. So this is how we are moving.
Okay. And overall, sir, tell us when we compare FY25 to FY24, then what is the kind of overall growth that you are expecting? And going forward in FY26 also, what is the kind of trajectory that you want to maintain?
Since you see the deposit is a challenge, so but we have grown that absolute amount will remain unchanged. So suppose we'll grow 55,000 crore in advance, we'll have a 55,000 crore of a deposit. So that way we are going because we have a surplus SLR of 50,000 crore as well.
Right.
So we have adequately liquid and we are going in a balanced way. If you grow in a balanced way, naturally your margins will be better, your NII will be better.
Okay. Tell us about the demand right now on ground, sir. And the festive season is on, like you already pointed out. How is it going thus far? We are at the peak of the festive season right now, especially from the retail segment. Tell me also, sir, we are going to be looking forward to expectations on rate cuts sooner or later to begin. How are you really looking at that scenario play out? How soon can we see rate cuts happening? Do you think there are people who are waiting for rate cuts to probably that will push up the demand once the rate cut starts to happen?
No, two things. The demand which we are seeing in auto, the demand, same demand which we have seen last year, we are seeing this because last year also we grown 49%. This year also we have grown 51%. The last year also with 13-14% we are going housing. This year also we are 14%. So similar kind of demand we are seeing. You said about the rate cut, but what happens in housing loan product is a 15-20 year products. In the 15-20 years, you will have 3 or 4 rate cycles. So it will happen. It will happen. The customer who wants to have a house will have a house. So it will make not much of difference, of course. But in the 15 years time, it will always happen. So we are giving repo will come automatically. Their interest rate will come down from the next day. So there is no point of delaying the purchase, because by the time price of the house will increase. And as per our existing guideline, on the next day will reduce the interest rate.
Right. Okay. Well, all the very best to you, sir, for the upcoming quarters, and thank you so much. Truly appreciate your time with us on Business Today Television while you share with us all the numbers. I hope that this only grows for the better, and we see you soon right after the festivities to really understand what has been the festive demand this time around as well in the next quarter. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much, and happy Dhanteras again.
Thank you so much, sir. With that, viewers, we wrap up this very special edition with Indian Bank, and you did hear from the management what is really working very well for the bank, and going forward, what are the key expectations on various accounts that the management has highlighted. I hope this has given you enough and more clarity, and do stay tuned on to Business Today Television. We will be coming back with a whole lot of shows on analysis of the markets, and of course, we will be addressing your queries too. Stay tuned.
Fight, vote.
As the United States gears up to elect its 47th president in days from now, adding star power, Beyoncé lent her support to Kamala Harris in Texas on Friday. Beyoncé declared her support for Harris, stating that America is on the brink of making history.
I'm not here as a celebrity. I'm not here as a politician. I'm here as a mother. A mother who cares deeply about the world my children and all of our children live in.
Beyoncé's support has fired up the Kamala camp.
Well, I think Kamala Harris is compassionate. She cares for every one of the American, every American. And I don't believe that that's what Trump believes in. I think he's in it for himself.
This essentially gets into one of the drop box here, and it comes back to the county.
India Today had exclusive access